Hi, and welcome to the Divinely Inspired Woman podcast. I am your host, Patricia Wald-Hopkins. I am a modern mystic, and I am here to share with you the beautiful wisdom and stories from women that desire to lead their lives inspired by the divine within them. The divinely inspired woman is devoted to walking the path of her soul's calling, tuning into the divinity within to navigate life with ease and grace through all circumstances. She cultivates beauty in her daily life. She is here to share the most authentic self each day through thick and thin. So I hope you'll enjoy our show today and that you will leave with an infusion of inspiration for your soul and for your day and living your life. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Divinely Inspired Woman podcast. I'm Patricia Wald-Hopkins, your host. And today I have a beautiful guest with me, Katie Moyles. Welcome, Katie.
Thanks, Patricia. Thanks so much for having me. I'm delighted to be a guest and honored to be part of this amazing creation that you have begun.
Wonderful. I'm so excited to have you as a guest today. I know we've been working on this for a little bit, and so it's always great when it finally becomes the time to do it. And so I'm just going to tell, go ahead, everybody, a little bit about you.
Okay.
So I know that the theme that is in your life right now is like to lead boldly and to live authentically. And I know that you are a yoga teacher and a holistic coach, and you're helping clients step into their leadership, their creativity, and their authentic self-expression without compromising depth or integrity. And that's a very powerful and noble way to support people. I would just love to hear a little bit about how you came to be walking down this path and helping people this way, or what it is that you're doing in the world right now that's a reflection of that.
So I suppose initially, Patricia, I always had a huge interest in science in school. I found them really interesting and I just loved these topics.
Mhm.
And then when it came to choosing a career, like in Ireland, I choose when you're 17. I always wanted, my uncle was a doctor, and I always wanted to do medicine, but I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't. In Ireland, you have to get the very high points to get into this course, so I didn't get the points. My next choice happened to be engineering because there's people in my family that do this as well. So I always, I accepted my fate, I suppose, and I just trusted that it would work out in the end. And then I tried to get into this another post-grad medicine, but I just wasn't able to, so it wasn't meant to be. So then I was in London working in engineering, and I kind of just seemed to come across the magazine Mind Body Green like on my lunchtime, or if I was in early, and it was like it blew my mind, that this whole world existed that I'd never knew about, really, about holistic life or holistic medicine. And then the girl I was living with was doing yoga one day, and I'd done maybe a few, 3 classes when I had anxiety and when I was younger, but I never continued it. And anyway, she seemed to love it. So I went with her to a class, and I just couldn't believe like how kind of at home I felt. I just really loved the practice, like felt amazing after it, just noticed such a change gradually in myself. I was much more at ease, and even just everything just seemed it just suited. And then so I continued with this, and then I was looking at doing a retreat, a yoga retreat, just on my when I holidays from work, but it kind of cost similar amount to do this teacher training that I'd
Mhm.
found, because the retreats were so expensive. So I decided I'd do the yoga teacher training, which was in Spain. It was
Oh,
divided
wow.
into two 10-day stints, one in September and one in March. So I completed that, and then I just continued to work in my career, and at the same time kind of dip into the holistic side. And then I saw this course by Joshua Rosenthal. It's called
Mhm.
the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. He's a health coach, and he was giving this course, and I signed up for it, and I found it like just life changing. Like the information he gave and how he chose to live, and he just was convinced that everyone, any issues people have, they kind of just need someone in front of them as a sounding board. Like, often, I suppose it depends on the level of your
Mhm.
problems, obviously, but I just found it incredible. The course, so that was the health coaching, and I've just kind of continued dipping into it and dipping out of it throughout my trajectory, I suppose. And then just recently, kind of after COVID, I due to a variety of different reasons, I found myself um, in London, in working for a a charity run by a monk. He was feeding people that in need in London, and then subsequently now I've come to Italy to a Buddhist retreat or a
Wow.
retreat center. Yeah, so I'm kind of incorporating the yoga and the holistic health here, and just
Wow.
learning from the monks, and just meeting people that are have similar interests, and there's just so much wisdom here to attain. So yeah, that's kind of where I am currently.
Wow. That's a beautiful journey that you have been on. And um, so you talked about, the yoga and, the holistic coaching. And I know that with some of the work that I do with leadership and particularly with women, there's a set of archetypes that I work with. And I know when we spoke previously, you resonated with the peacekeeper. And I'm bringing that up because there's a big element in it with the yoga and the creating of sacred space. And that's one of the leadership qualities of the peacekeeper. But tell me a little bit about that. Like, how do you still resonate with being
Mm,
a sacred space holder? I mean, is that one of your gifts? Do you
mm,
feel?
I'm not sure, but I do think it's advantageous if you can find peace like within yourself. It's a big theme here, actually. The monks, they really advocate for this. Even recently, some of their lineage have done a walk, I think, through America, and fight for peace. But yeah, I think like your life is, I think if you can find peace within yourself, which for me is what meditation and yoga does, like just to give yourself the hour or even often 20 minutes that you need to just kind of recoup and regather yourself and your thoughts, and just to be with be with yourself, I suppose, for a short time. I think it, in turn, your life does flow, and not always, but it does help the flow of your life. I think it does help you to think clearly and to deal with scenarios that may arise in a calmer fashion. And I suppose to be more patient with people as well. I think if you've given yourself this time, it's a few times a week, I think it does show in other spaces in your life. And yeah, that's
Beautiful.
why I find
Yeah.
it, I did find it life changing when I came across it in London. And I think that will never change.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I feel the quality of that in you is holding that sacred space, not only for yourself, but but also, in community with others, I can see and feel that. And the other aspect of the leadership is there's another archetype called the gatekeeper, and she's really about strengthening, like when you lead your life, you're strengthening your vessel, like your body. And so when you said, you were talking about the food and the nutrition and the cooking and all of that, I really like it resonated with that archetype, is like you help people to find themselves and then to take care of themselves so their creativity can flourish. And does that feel true? I'm not putting words in your mouth, but that's just what I
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, definitely. I feel like if the basis of thriving in our life, I think is to, have an abundance of energy if you can. And I think um sometimes good food and like cooking for yourself without, mixture of ingredients from store-bought food can be very life-changing. I think if you, keep at it, you will see incredible effects over time. And I think this in turn then fuels you to create incredibly and have the energy to um do what your soul, I suppose, calls you to do, and in a
Hmm.
in a good way, and um to the maximum, I suppose, that
Yeah,
it's able to.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, it allows you to give and express from, as they say, an overflowing cup, right? Rather
Mm,
rather than
yeah,
from
rather than
from
hungry.
from
Yeah,
depletion or
yeah.
hungry, starving. And it's almost like, when I think about it, it's when you really cook or care for yourself from that place, it's there's an essence of joy and a
Mm,
deepening of love for like life, like
yeah,
it feels really good
yeah,
rather than
yeah,
just going through the motions, right? It's like
yeah,
mindful.
yeah.
Um,
And it's
yeah,
like such a minor thing. You would think, like you think to get energy you need supplements and you need treatments, and but I think if you get your food right, you're definitely like halfway there. And sleep and hydration, like it's literally the basic things that are maybe not appreciated the most often,
right.
so I think that's what this course kind of emphasizes.
Yeah, yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
and yeah, also like how different we all are, and how different, you know palettes and different portions and different timing that we all have. So, I suppose the three large meals doesn't suit everyone, and it's kind of to find your own way, and it's to eat intuitively to yourself, and to, I suppose, in order to do that you do need to be patient and do your meditation and take time with yourself, so that you can then um, understand what your body's asking from you, and hear what it's saying. So kind of
Right.
all mixes into one method, I suppose, at the end. But yeah,
Mindfulness. Yeah. Do
mm,
you feel like it's really, it sounds like it, but I'll ask anyway. Again, it feels like it's really shifted your life
mm,
by walking on this journey this way now, with the mindfulness and
yeah.
the nourishment. Hmm.
Like for some people that I talked about the course, they say like, that's is that not common sense? Because Joshua goes by this wheel of 8 segments, and there's like finances, spirituality, career, education, your home environment, your home cooking, and um nutrition, and maybe movement. There's
Hmm.
I can't recall the last one now, but for some people they do this naturally. My sister, she does all this naturally. But for me, it was like, I just never saw it all there written down, or articulated that it's your life does improve if you ensure these are all aligned. So like, if you, I suppose for me, I probably would have had a tendency to like concentrate on it, learning, or concentrate on spirituality and then omit other parts,
Right.
like omit relationships
Then
or
it's out of the wheels out of balance, right? It's
yeah,
heavy. Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I can
So
relate to that. Yeah.
so the course, it's kind of about accountability. Like it just brings you back to where you are, and it just gives you like kind of a vehicle, I suppose, to look at the each space in your life within a cohort of people doing doing a similar thing. And yeah, just having someone to, I suppose, check in to see if you did what you need to do, or what you like. Other times people might want information on different courses, or even help choosing which way to um direct their career, or direct, if they don't like cooking, how they can improve it, or what types, maybe they, if they cook a different type of food or a different type of way, they'll
Mm.
be, yeah, they'll be more inclined to do it on a
So
daily basis.
it sounds like it's a very in-depth and customized way
Mm.
of realigning or re-engineering your life.
Yeah.
So I like the word engineering because I know you have that. I know you have that background in it, and I think
Yeah.
it really, systems are important. I
Um,
come from a science
same.
and same background, and I know
Yeah.
that I love systems, but
Mm.
sometimes the embodiment of the systems is the challenge. And so it sounds like you're on a beautiful path to that embodiment. And I have a couple more questions for you, but one of them is I would like to give you some time to tell the audience about what it is that you're offering right now for your clients or what's coming up, and just
Mm.
explain a little bit about that.
So in the beginning of May, I have a 12-week course coming up in holistic health and well-being. So every week we'll go through one segment of this wheel, and
Oh,
we'll see
beautiful.
where we are, and what each individual person needs. And then in the other, we'll meet and discuss, and they'll have 4 individual sessions with me, and then 8 in the group. And yeah, I suppose at the end of it, I would hope that everyone comes away more aligned, and that they do find transformation in it, and that whatever segments have been not tended to, I suppose that they will be, that the wheel will be balanced, and they'll be living a fulfilled life by the end of the 3 months.
Beautiful. What a wonderful offer. And I would encourage people to find out more about this. And Katie, would you like to tell people what the best way
Uh,
to connect with you? And if I need to put
e-
links later, that's fine. But yeah.
yeah, my website is www.theholistichealper.org, and my Instagram is anam_aligned. So that's ANAM_aligned. In
Beautiful.
Ireland, anam is soul, so it means you're aligned soul. And then my
Oh,
email is naturallywildwellness@gmail.com. So any of
okay.
those 3 methods.
Okay,
Thank,
great. And so yeah,
thanks,
they can
Patricia.
find out a little bit more about your offerings. And I'll make sure to put that in the description of this episode. And so just the next question I have for you, it's kind of like going back to the beginning of our conversation, but what was it that called you here right now in this moment post, you know, eclipse
Mm.
season to show up and share this on a public venue? I mean, what were you feeling? What was driving you here?
I suppose connection, that's kind of really been driving me recently, and just to
Yeah.
connect with like-minded people and um like-minded souls that have decided to I suppose spend a bit of their life exploring these topics such that you do on your podcast.
Yeah.
And yeah, also recently, in the Buddhist tradition, there's a Buddha Tara. She's like kind of for health and well-being. So I've kind of been, yeah, recently I've been told about her, and she's kind of, I find her very inspiring as well, just to, yes, I suppose, yeah, just kind of find peace. So they're kind of the two reasons.
Beautiful. It's a perfect time, even here in the Northern Hemisphere, it's getting closer to springtime and things are starting to bloom and blossom. And so I'm really pleased that you chose to share your voice here with our audience. And I encourage people to learn more about what Katie's doing, to follow her on her socials. And Katie, what is your last little pearl of wisdom for us today to just share and amplify these beautiful codes that you shared here today about, creating time for yourself and nourishing yourself?
Um, I suppose one theme that's kind of been coming up a lot, and I think it kind of marries with the health and well-being, but I think authenticity is very important in these days and at this moment. And I think it can only, although it's difficult maybe in the beginning, but I think in the end and after a period of time, if you're authentic with yourself, I think you do follow what's right for you, and
Mm,
you do maybe take more care of yourself. And yeah, so that
right.
would be my advice, to just try and stay authentic to you and what you need and wish for in this life.
Beautiful. Thank you for that. And thank you again for being a guest. And I look forward to seeing all that you are going to be sharing with the world in the months to come.
Thanks
Yeah.
very much, Patricia,
Years,
for having
years. All right. Thank you,
Okay,
everybody.
thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode. Stay divinely inspired. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for listening to another episode of The Divinely Inspired Woman. I'm Patricia Wald-Hopkins, your host, and I am so grateful that you spent time here today nourishing your spirit. Beginning April 21st, I'll be opening a small group experience called the Coherence Architecture. This is a space where we gently explore how to bring your life, your energy, and your leadership into greater alignment, not by doing more, but by working with what is already present and refining it into something more clear, steady, and supportive. It's designed for those who are in a period of transition, integration, or recalibration, and who are ready to move forward with more clarity and grounded direction. If that resonates, you can learn more by visiting my website at patriciawaldhopkins.com. And if not, I'm simply grateful you're here, listening and being part of this space.